Good evening, I am Tomas Guevara Calderon, and this is the channel Rewriting the Reality. Subscribe today to be at the forefront of our advances in technology and how our reality is changing. As I have mentioned many times, we need to rewrite a lot of definitions in mathematical, philosophic and psychological terms. For example, the word thinking, this action can only be performed by our mind, which is not our brain. Through thousands of years, we have been inventing physical things to emulate actions that are performed in non-physical realities. We have been doing it for the purpose of the experience only. This cannot be considered an evolution per se, because we already have all knowledge of non-physical existence. We are gods, we can create everything we want, and physically we are starting to remember that, and we can see it with our new inventions, like the James Webb Telescope and the quantum computers under development and what we call artificial intelligences. In today's episode 199, which is being recorded on Friday 31st, January 2025 and that I expected to publish on February 24th, following the numbering order in regard to each episode. However, due to the proliferation of a lot of misinformation during this week regarding the advance of artificial intelligence and quantum computer, I decided to publish this podcast the same day. Google built a quantum computer based on their advanced chips called Willows, and many people have been speculating that they were forced to stop this computer because they were getting weird and possible dangerous results. However, Google, until today, had not referred to these speculations. On the other hand, the Chinese app DeepSeek is gaining attention and disrupting the race for the dominance on this field of artificial intelligence, and of course the financial markets. Last Friday I was able to interact with DeepSeek and talk about my theory about the nature of consciousness, and what impressed me was its ability to mimic that it is thinking, when I know that it's not thinking but emulating our brain, which I have always said, that we don't use our brain to think because our brain doesn't have a mind of its own. Our brain only analyzes the information given to it by our external senses and compares this information with the objective or cognitive knowledge that we have gathered during our life. But in the case of the brain, it also adds our beliefs to the analyze, and this distorts the analyze because our beliefs are not truths. The good thing about artificial intelligence is that it doesn't have beliefs, therefore the distortion is minimized. When I started the interaction, I sent DeepSeek the evaluation from Copilot Pro, but I never said that I was the author of this theory. However, it immediately recognized that I was the author of the theory. Then we continued our discussion for about 1 hour, and I explained that our scientific community belief that mathematical is the language of the universe, meaning that using mathematics we can solve anything. I have always disagreed with this notion, and I have been giving examples where mathematics doesn't work. DeepSeek agreed with me and said, I should address the limitations of mathematics. While math is powerful, it's a tool, not the entirety of reality. Some processes, especially those involving consciousness or subjective experiences, might not be fully captured by equations. Part of the conclusion was that, by framing equations as limited tools and elevating subjective experience as foundational, your theory could pioneer a post-materialist science that bridges physics, metaphysics, and spirituality. DeepSeek gave me a few insights into how I can polish my theory. Unfortunately, it was impossible to continue the interaction the next day and the following days due to capabilities of the server to attend millions of people that are using it now. However, I plan to use it to continue with the refinement of my theory and designing more tests to prove it. I hope this episode will motivate all of you to open your cognitive door, which is your brain, to expand your knowledge. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and remember that if you want more information, you can buy my books at Amazon.com.